What's going on, good people? Rich here, co-host of the Culture Garden podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome back to another episode 94. Shout out to Ray P. Ray P ain't with us today. She's holding down that we got y'all. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to Ray P. I am not alone, however. I know y'all had Maurice for the last 3 weeks. Y'all probably like, man, after that Jamie Foxx shit, please no more Maurice. Even though the Bad Boys episode was fire. Bad Boys episode was fire. Shout out to Mo. But we have another one of my co-hosts that I'm honored to work with. I work with this brother on Good Earners, reviewing The Sopranos. I've been a co-author of Another Week in the Books. You guys know what that podcast means to me. I've said it numerous times. My favorite podcast. The list is long, man, so I'm going to miss some things. On Deck TV show. Right. Yeah, man. I'm gonna try though, man. You're gonna get the intro. On Deck TV show covering hip hop, Dead End Sports. Member of Frames Per Second. I know you contribute there quite often. What am I missing, man? Keep going. What am I missing?
Is the mic still on? Do that every Sundays, out on Wednesdays, producing, just talking about the headlines and on air and producing there. What else, man? That's it. I think you hit it. Frames Per Second. Is the mic still on Deck TV? Good Earners. Another Week in the Books. And at any given time, who else knows what else we doing? We're reviewing House of the Dragons. We're reviewing The Boys. We're reviewing Mayor of Kingstown. June's been heavy, man. June has been heavy.
Been heavy. So you
the
can
Bear
relate
coming
to
up.
Ray P. That's what Ray P. Yeah, the Bear coming up. That's crazy.
Shout out Ray P too, man.
P. That's why she. Absolutely, man. That's why she hold it down and we got y'all. But that's my dog, man. Spike Lou, veteran. He's got his 10,000 hours in this podcast space. Been at it for quite some time, man. Veteran in the game once again. Honored to have you on your first Culture Garden appearance. It's funny, man, because I was thinking about, hey, man, we appreciate it, man. It's funny because Mo, it took 93 episodes for Mo to get on, and then right after Mo, we got you on here. So, I told him we couldn't have you on first. We had to have Mo on first. We was waiting for Bad Boys specifically. But now that it's over, man, we can go ahead and get you on here and talk about some movies. Like I said, definitely
I have to live up to that, man. I gotta follow YouTube Class X, man. I'm gonna try the best I can, brothers. I'm gonna try the best I can.
I think today's gonna be a fun episode. But before we get into it, shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. If you're listening via podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen, please be aware we do have a YouTube page. Please subscribe, like, comment. Follow that page on YouTube. The link is in our link tree. For all the people on YouTube, if you can't listen to it or watch it on YouTube, we do have a podcast page. So please subscribe to your local feed. If you don't subscribe to the podcast, you probably never heard our Denzel intro. For some reason, I can't get it on YouTube, so I'm still trying to find our way. I got to hit up super producer Mo to help me out with that to get the Denzel intro on YouTube. But it's definitely on the podcast. And if you're listening, maybe if there wasn't any kind of technical issue between the time we record and the time this is released, you'll hear a new intro for our episodes that don't have movies that pertain to the culture, which I thought was pretty comical. Give us your thoughts on that. Before we get started, once again, next week is our quarterly break. At the end of every quarter, we do take a break. That is next week. We will not have an episode, but we'll be right back at the beginning of July. Speaking of the beginning of July, shout out to Brian, Culture Garden family. He's been on some episodes with us, but he's competing in the Ironman marathon or Ironman competition in Quebec. He's up in Canada, man. He's been training for over a year for this. Like literally swimming,
like
biking.
That's like swimming, cycling, running. And there's one more, right? Climbing or some shit that.
Oh man, listen, I can't tell you. I would never think of doing it, but I don't know. I never talked to him specifically about what made him wake up one day. But we've been, I've been checking in with him throughout this process. It's this week, so I want to show him some love, man. Shout out to Brian. He's actually going to be on that episode in early July, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about his competition. But just seeing how disciplined he's been throughout that whole process, man, I'm really wishing him well. And hopefully, he gets everything that he wants, man. So I think that's a huge accomplishment. I mentioned Ray P. We Got Y'all television podcast, currently discussing The Shy on Paramount Plus. Please tune into our episodes there, man. I don't know what happened to The Shy, but me and Ray P make up for it with some good conversation.
I could tell first episode of the first season, I got out of there. I was like, oh no,
Oh,
oh
you was out of there
no, oh no. I did the same thing with BMF. I said, oh no, 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 no.
early. Hey,
Like
BMF is
me.
entertaining. It's trash. It's trash, but it's entertaining. Um, it ain't touching nothing in the
I
Power
see that.
Force, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Also, House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon is coming soon, and We Got Y'all. We are arranging and organizing that. So please be subscribed and on the lookout for those episodes. Once again, link tree is in the episode description. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. There will be spoilers this episode and explicit content. Today's film, if you can tell by the title, is titled The Town. Synopsis of the film: a proficient group of thieves rob a bank and hold an assistant manager hostage. Things begin to get complicated when one of the crew members falls in love with her. Spike Lee, as a guest on this show, before you ever, joined us, I asked you, hey man, if you ever get on another week in the books, or excuse me, if you ever get on Culture Garden, what movie would you want to talk about? The Town was one of the films that you mentioned right away. Why'd you choose this movie?
This one of my favorites, man. I'm here for heist movies. I like those, planning them out, seeing them get away or not get away with it. And just the feel of it. It wasn't like Ocean's 11. It didn't play the same notes where it had the comedy and things of that, or the same, like the stakes seemed different here. It wasn't just about robbing banks. It was about them trying to get out of wherever they was. And it made bank robbing more relatable, if that makes sense. Like these niggas seem just like regular people. Like it was just some regular people versus an elaborate crew, even though they were an elaborate crew, but it didn't come off like that. So this has always been one of my favorite movies, man. I don't know what Boston's like. I've never been. But it felt real Boston-y. It felt real authentic. That's why it's one of my favorites.
Nah, 100%. The authenticity of this film, like you said, you don't have to go to Boston to believe that. I believe everything about the characters in this film, the town, no pun intended, the whole setting, the whole way they carried it. I believe everything about it. It's funny, you made a great point when you talked about it seemed like this was Bank Robbers 101 almost.
Mm-hmm.
It did feel like I could do it. It felt like me and a crew,
I planned it.
if we
I
had
could
enough
plan this
information.
down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they don't give you the intricate ins and outs of it, of how they actually plan it, but you do know they on top of their shit. We'll talk about that when we get the best scenes and all of that. But it did just seem like four regular dudes. Like they don't, when you think of bank robbers, go to your point again, Lou, Ocean's 11. Rusty and Danny Ocean, they fly. Like, you know what I mean? They live in the lifestyle, they're cool. Like they're going places. They're making moves with this bread. We're gonna get away with it. We're gonna look fly doing it. These dudes look like they haven't spent $1 of any of the money that they've ever done. They just look like this is what we do because this is embedded in our in our culture, in our brain.
And the pretext helped with that too. Like the pretext leading into it, talking about how even in this little town or this part of Boston, this is what they do. Like it's what bank robbers here than any other square mileage or all of that shit set the perfect tone for it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And Ben Affleck, to another one of your points, he talked about movies like Mystic River and The Friends of Eddie Coyle, certain R-rated films that had this kind of feel to them. He wanted it to feel like that. He didn't want it to feel like your Ocean's 11 or another movie along those veins.
Do you know the story about? You probably know you in your bag, so I hope I don't step on this if you get into it. You know the story about Matt Damon in this?
Nah, go ahead.
It was supposed to be. They sent this script to Matt Damon, and Jeremy Renner's character, I believe, was supposed to be Matt Damon, but Matt Damon wasn't. The scheduling was fucked up. But the first time they sent it to him, he said he hated it. But then Ben Affleck got a hold of it and, added the authentic Bostonian shit to it. And then he said he wanted to do it this time, but his schedule, I think he was doing whatever he was doing that year. And they found Jeremy Renner. But he said Ben Affleck is the sole reason him like doing some adaptations of it that movie was good. He said the first script was trash. This
Oh
is on
yeah,
an
I
interview
believe
he
it.
did.
I believe it.
It's an interview he did with Bill Simmons on one of Bill Simmons' podcasts.
Yeah, I believe that, and I have some more stories about the origin of it. Shout out to Matt Damon, man. He always gets
Mm-hmm.
every Boston movie he gets first. Ben had
Yep.
to fight and scratch. This is part of Ben's comeback.
Yeah,
Ben
it
fell off
was.
for a
This is
minute,
one of
and
the
people
first
forget
ones.
this was
Yeah.
his. Yeah, he had Gone Baby Gone, and then this came out after that, and that led to Argo, and obviously Gone Girl, and he was back in
Mm-hmm.
the swing of things. But for a minute, man, Ben was down. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question, because I know we talked about why you chose this movie. I wanted to ask you this specifically. Do you care about the love story?
No. As I was rewatching this to do this recording, I was like, man, this is the most, and I didn't even realize how much time that it took up either. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like I had forgotten how much of this was focused on him and the girl. Like it wasn't really about that much Robin, which is again what made it so good, I think, too, because it didn't take a lot for it to be effective. Like
Right.
that last scene, jumping ahead, like one of the last whole heist, that's really what makes this movie what it is. But the love story, I could care less about. I
Yeah.
did
When
not care.
when I when I was rewatching it, I agree with you. It's one of those. It's needed. Like I'm not knocking it for being in the movie. It doesn't ruin the film at all. So I don't want it to come off that, but I just don't care about it. And I don't know if that's because I generally don't care about that, or the other stuff is just that more entertaining and that more
Mhm.
um, intricate. You know what I mean? I want to know more about that whole family dynamic between Jim and Doug.
Yep.
Shy in the
His
picture. I want to know that.
sister.
Yeah, his sister, all of that, because they live together now. They took Doug in when they
Mhm.
was younger. Like I'd rather know more about that. I get the love story angle of it and why it's interesting, and it does lead to one of my favorite scenes in the movie. But as a
Mm.
whole, I'm like, all right, if somebody told me they don't like it and this is the reason, that's the one thing I'd be like, I get
Yeah, I could see that.
it.
I 100%
Yeah.
agree with that.
I'm gonna get into some stats real quick. So as far as the stats go, this film premiered at the Venice Film Festival on September 8th, 2010, was released in theaters September 17th of 2010. Directed by Ben Affleck, we just spoke about him briefly. This was his second feature film after Gone Baby Gone in 2007, the one that kind of stamped his comeback. The screenplay was written by Peter Craig, Ben Affleck, and Aaron Stockard. Aaron Stockard actually went to high school with Ben Affleck.
Hmm.
Ben Affleck brought him in because he wanted, when he got this script, he wanted it to feel like something that felt familiar. So he ended up getting Aaron Stockard, and they wrote the screenplay. It had a budget of an estimated $37 million and grossed just over 154 million worldwide. 23.8 million opening weekend. Opened up at number one in the box office, beating out Easy A with Emma Stone. The Town was in theaters for 16 weeks, equivalent to 4 months, and it is currently streaming on Apple TV Plus with a subscription, or you can rent it on a digital service. I will tell you right now, I'm sure Spike Lee. Shout out to Spike Lee. That's where the name came from.
Yeah.
But I'm
Shout out
sure
Spike
Spike
Lee.
Lee would concur that it is worth the buy. I would go ahead and buy this and add it to the digital collection if I was you, because I don't know about you. I can always come back to this film. It's got so many of them
Anytime.
parts that you like. It's not a movie you get tired of, you put down and don't come back to for 5 years. Like, nah,
Mm-mm.
you gonna keep this in your rotation once every 12 months or so.
Yes.
As far as awards go, 46 nominations, 9 wins. The biggest nomination, of course, was for Jeremy Renner. He was nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role at the Academy Awards. He lost to Christian Bale in The Fighter. He was also nominated in the same category for the Critics' Choice Award and the Golden Globes. He had the only performance that was not nominated, where the film wasn't nominated for Best Film either. His performance was
Mm.
that good. Everybody else who was in that category, their films were nominated for Best
Still.
Film. His was not. The BAFTA Awards posthumously. I
Yeah,
always struggle with that.
posthumously.
Post- I
Posthumously.
fucked
Yeah.
it up. I fucked it up 2 times. They nominated. Shout out to you, man. They nominated Pete Postlewaite for Best Supporting Actor. He played the florist, Fergie. And then
Mm.
once again, once again, 9 wins across numerous organizations, just small organizations. Shout out to them, but I'm just not going to take the time to go through each one of them. As far as the cast goes, we have Ben Affleck as Doug McCrae, Rebecca Hall as Claire Kesey, John Hamm as Adam Frawley, Jeremy Renner as James Jim Coughlin. Spike. Chris Pine was considered for the role.
Chris
of
Pine.
Chris Pine. If you remember Chris Pine, he was in that film with Denzel about the train, Unbreakable, I think.
Mm.
He's also been in some other things. He's Captain Kirk in Star Trek, the new Star Treks.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking
But do you know who Ben Affleck originally wanted in this role?
about. Who did he want?
He wanted Mark Wahlberg. That was his original choice to play Jim. Mark Wahlberg, as we mentioned earlier, in a weird 6 degrees of separation, Mark Wahlberg was filming The Fighter with Christian Bale, who
Christian
ended up
Bale.
winning
Right.
supporting actor. So he was looking for Jim, was having trouble finding somebody that could play the role. Like he had him in his head, like who this guy is, and he couldn't find him. Ben's younger brother Casey Affleck said, "Hey man, you should try Jeremy Renner." I worked with him on the assassination of what was it? Assassination of, I can't remember what movie it was. Jesse James. The assassination of Jesse James. They worked together on there.
Lincoln. Yeah.
No, not Lincoln. It was the movie was called The Assassination of
Oh, the
Jesse James
assassination
by
of
the
Jesse
Coward.
James. Got you.
Yeah, it was Casey Affleck, Brad Pitt, and Jeremy Renner was in it. And he told Ben, like, "Hey man, you should look at Jeremy." Jeremy came on. The rest, as they say, was history. And I just thought it would be interesting if Mark Wahlberg played the character of Jim.
I don't know if I could have seen him as Jim. I could have seen him more as Ben Affleck's character. That's a little too good, tough guy. That's a little too
You
tough
think
guy.
it would overdone
I like
it?
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, it would have been a little too much. He would have tried to sell it too much. Like I think the thing
I'm
about
thinking
Jeremy Renner and why he was so good with this is because he was subtle. Then he was like it would go up and down, but I think Wahlberg would have been stuck at a level that would have became annoying.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking his character in The Departed, because that was already a little bit on 10.
Yep.
And him bringing that over to the town, I'm thinking like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Same. It would have probably been the same type of vibe. Same type of vibe as it was, like you said, on The Departed.
And you need somebody who Jeremy Renner's been around for a while, but this was the one that kind of took him to another level. And I think you need somebody who's not, I know that guy, but I don't really know from where. Almost like the Chris Pine thing. Like I know the name, but let me look him up just to make sure I know him. Like it's kind of that thing, that subtle.
That's why I first noticed.
All right, now I noticed it was a star. Okay, then, yeah, he was a
like
swap.
you said, I'd seen Renner before, but I didn't. Like, oh, okay, just some regular white dude in a movie. But now after this, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I check for him now. I think this role strongly, like Mayor of Kingstown. I think there's a correlation there. How he played this and how he plays Mayor of Kingstown, 100%.
I believe him, man. Shout out to Jeremy Renner, man. Glad he's up and moving, man. After that accident he took. But yeah, as far as the cast continuing on, Chris Cooper as Stephen Big Mac McRae, Pete Postlewaite as Fergus Fergie Combe, the florist, Edward Burke as Desmond Eldon, one of the crew members, and George Carroll as Albert McGlone, also one of the crew members. Just a fun fact, John Cena was considered for that role back in 2010. So yeah.
Which roles? As a crew member to help rob the bank?
Yeah, Albert McGlone, the one who ended up driving his taking the fall.
John Cena ain't really not a bad actor. Yeah, well, he's not awful. Yeah,
I don't think it works in this, but he's not.
Yeah,
I don't think it works.
It wouldn't work in this, but he's not.
Spike Lou, gotta ask you a question we always ask on this podcast: classic or not?
This is a classic. It's like you said, I can pick up anywhere. I feel like a classic is one of those movies I can watch at any point in time and not be irritated by it, or I can just pick it up anywhere when it's on and be like, oh, this scene, let me at least stick around to this last little scene where they're robbing the bank or whatever it may be. So this is a classic, absolutely.
It always has a moment when you turn it on, no matter what part it's on. There's always that one part that's either on or about to come on, and you're like, all right, let me just sit here. Let me sit here until this happens, and then you might go on about your day or find yourself watching the rest of it. It's one of those movies. It's one of those movies for sure. Absolutely a classic. I don't think it's up for debate. This film is a classic, not just a heist classic. It's just one of those movies.
It's a classic, yeah.
As we mentioned. We'll talk about the origin, and then we'll talk about first experiences. So the origin of this film, for those who don't know, it was adapted from Chuck Hogan's 2004 novel, Prince of Thieves. Paramount Pictures in 2003. Before the novel even came out, they greenlit the project. They had Dick Wolf, television king.
Legend.
If you don't, legend. Yeah, look him up if you
Yeah.
don't know. But he was set to be a producer on the film. This is back in 2003. Things fell apart, and they ended up getting director Adrian Lynn, another giant in Hollywood. If you don't know him, you've probably seen Fatal Attraction, Indecent Proposal, and Unfaithful. Lou, have you seen Unfaithful?
Richard, what's
Richard Gere.
yeah, his
Richard
wife cheating
Gere
on
and
him.
Man, listen.
Yeah, I seen
If
that,
you've
man. I
never
have seen
seen,
that.
for those out there, I own Unfaithful. I used to do that thing where
The
I used to do
stairwell
that thing where
scene,
I
but
just go,
that's what made me
bro,
remember.
bro, listen. For all of you who haven't seen Unfaithful, for all the fellas out there, man, we know black men don't cheat. But just in case in the
Right.
past life, man, you have done your girl dirty. Watch Unfaithful, man. It'll change the way you move. Cause that shit, I remember I watched that in like 07 for the first time. I was 20 years old. I remember the girl I was dating. I hit her up ASAP. Like, yo, what you doing? What the fuck? Like, where you at right now? Who you with? That movie will make you,
Unfaithful have you
hey,
like that.
Unfaithful have you that way, man. Hey, I
Oh,
can't
I ain't
explain it.
seen
You
that
just
in
gotta
a
watch
while.
it. If you watch
Yeah.
it, then you'll know exactly what I mean. It's hard to watch because
It's one of those you just got to see. You just got to see it. I can't
man.
even like tell you, but you just got to see it.
But yeah, the other films like I mentioned, like I said, Indecent Proposal, Fatal Attraction. When he wanted to shoot it like a Scorsese film, he needed $90 million for the budget. Remember, they spent $37 million, but he wanted $90 million. He wanted it to be like 3.5 hours. He just had this real big vision for it, and the studio was like, "Bro, we ain't doing all that for this. This is supposed to be a quick little money grab, bank robbery movie, get in, get out. That's an OG's classic." And they was like, "Nah." So since they wouldn't give him the vision that he wanted, he left. And then in 2008, Ben Affleck got involved. I think the studio actually asked him to kind of get involved after his success of Gone Baby Gone. And like I said, he wanted it to be personal, brought in this dude from high school. The rest, as they say, is history. There's also an extended cut of this film. For those who don't know, you can rent it like on Apple TV Plus or Vudu, one of those sites where you rent movies. You can actually rent it, but it's about 2 hours and 50 minutes long. The original cut was 4 hours, and it came down to 2 hours and 4 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what they was doing. Ben said the original cut, or the cut that he has, the 2 hour and 50 minutes, that's the one that's more closer. It's closer to the book. Like there's more scenes and things like that. It's more parallel to the novel. Spike Lee.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember your first time watching this movie?
Yeah, I was hype about this. I remember the previews. I went to the theaters to see this.
Snap. Okay.
I remember seeing this in the theaters, like, and walking out of there like, yep, this is everything I expected it to be. You was reading about those 4 hour versions, and like this would have ruined it for me. Like I'm not long movies they gotta hit. And this just wasn't that type of movie where it needed to be that long. It would have been like a lot of wasting time, I feel like. So my first experience was it in theaters, thoroughly impressed when I went out. Good time in the theater with people doing a different shit. I remember the mask pulling down of the old nun being a big scene in the theaters that people were reacting to. But I 1,000,000% remember my first time seeing this.
So let me ask you, was it like opening weekend? Early, like
on a
packed
Friday,
theater?
like that Friday, packed theater. Yeah, like everybody in there going to see that. What year did you say it came out in?
2010, 14 years ago.
Yeah, I had just moved to Atlanta. I had just moved down to Atlanta, I think, or before I moved to Atlanta. I can't remember which one, but I do remember seeing it that weekend.
Man, listen,
because the previews did it for me. Like just everything in the previews and how they led it into it. If you go watch the trailer, people that ain't seen the trailers or don't remember them, like they did a very good job with the trailers. If you went to those type of movies, like, oh, I'm in there. And this was when going to movies was a thing. It wasn't like, oh, I wait to a streaming or is it somewhere else on the Fire Stick? This was like, nigga, if I want to see this, I'm gonna go to the movies.
That's why I still love the theater experience.
Yeah,
I just talked about that with Bad Boys. Like that's
why
certain movies you can watch them at home, but if you didn't see them in the theaters, you missed a certain element of it, or you might not like it as much. Just those moments when you remember, because even after it's out of theaters, right? When you own it or you watching it on streaming, there's certain moments that come on and reminds you of the theater. It reminds you when everybody cheered at this part or laughed at that part or clapped at that part. And those memories just stick with you. So I always advocate everybody go to the theater. It's still a fun experience. And like you said, I don't even know if there was assigned seating back in 2010. It was pretty much like get it how you live.
You better be here, nigga. If you want to sit where you want to sit, you better get here. That experience, the theater experience is like it is vital. One of the movies that I always say when I talk about the theater experience with people that I remember vividly, and probably speaks to the success of the movie. Yes, it's still funny, but a lot of people seen Friday in the movie. And that's what led to the repetition of the lines, like just remembering those reactions. Like you said, I vividly remember my neck, my back shit, or just
Yeah.
all of the you got to use these with Pops, or even in Friday 2 with Pinky, or in Friday 3 when your man busts in the bathroom on Cat Williams. Like I remember all
Right.
of those in theater, bro, being in there in tears and just how the crowd was reacting. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it, man.
mm-hmm.
We got a category. I don't know if I put it in the notes, but it's on the fly. It's just a real easy one.
Okay.
Movie poster Hall of Fame. It's a town's movie poster in the
Ooh,
Hall of
it
Fame.
got the old lady face on there, right? The
Yeah,
mask,
I
old
think
lady
one of
face.
them got the
Yeah,
old lady face. It's got like the
yeah.
little.
You see that it may not be first ballot, but it's definitely Hall of Fame.
It
It's
makes
definitely
it. It
Hall of
makes a
Fame.
cut. It's
It
not a
makes
first ballot. I
makes a
agree
cut.
with you, but
Mm-hmm.
to your
Because you
point, you
remember
talk
it.
about because you talk about the trailer, Spike, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the moment in the trailer. That's the iconic shot we talked about. Once again, talked about Bad Boys. We talked about that iconic dolly shot when the camera
Mm-hmm.
panned around as they were
Yeah.
getting up off the ground, and they've been using that same shot in every single Bad Boys movie since.
Yep.
That was the shot where he pulled the numb mask down, looked out the window, and the little boy stared back. That's the shot of the movie,
Fire.
and you just don't forget.
Fire. Mm-hmm.
And I think having that on the poster, it's hard to not put it up
Yep.
there. It's hard to not put it up there. I think it definitely deserves a spot. But interested to hear y'all thoughts, man. Write in, leave a comment on this movie poster Hall of Fame. Last week we went through a list of some of the movies that we've done and question whether or not they was in the Hall of Fame. So definitely want to hear y'all thoughts on that. All right, Spike Lou, at the Culture Guard, we like to play a little game. This is rapid
Mm-hmm.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
Rapid fire. It's called This or That.
Okay. All right.
You mentioned at the beginning you like heist movies.
Yep.
We're going to compare The Town with these other
Okay.
heist movies I'm about to name. I'm just going to ask you this or that. Which one you take?
All right.
All
Okay,
right.
but let's do it.
The Town or Ocean's 11?
The Town.
The Town or The Italian Job?
Ooh, Italian Job, Mark Wahlberg. The Town.
The Town or Den of Thieves?
Den of Thieves had the twist at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
When there a twist at the end of the Den of Thieves. Den of Thieves. That's
Den
with
of Thieves
50.
over The Town? It was 50, yeah.
With 50, and there was
And
the
Gerard
twist.
Butler?
Yeah, just because of the twist at the end. I'm a
Okay.
big twist person, and they hit me with some unexpected shit. Then that kind of gives it the edge. The Town went it hit all the key notes, but it didn't give me no real twist.
Okay. The Town or Takers?
The Town. I didn't like Takers.
The
There's a lot
Town
of
or
Takers.
Focus? I feel you on that. The
Yeah.
Town or Focus?
Focus with
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith and the white girl
Margot
heisting
Robbie.
people. Go another twist for you.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie. That was surprisingly good, which is why I'm debating so much. The Town is one of my favorite movies, so I got to go with The Town, but it's close. I ain't watched Focus again in a while, but I do remember being thoroughly impressed when I did watch that.
Yeah, we did
So
an
yeah, give me
episode on it.
The Town.
Focus is really good.
Really, I'm gonna
So
go
it's
back
one
and
of
check
my
that out.
favorite.
Focus.
It's one of my
It's
favorite Will movies.
surprisingly good. And Margot Robbie did her thing too. I was shocked.
Margot did her thing. Everybody, the supporting cast. I always say my favorite Will Smith is when I see Will Smith be Will Smith. He can act. He can do those other roles. He can do the King Richards and all that. But
Facts.
let me get a movie once every 3 or 4 years where Will is just being Will, cool,
Facts.
like just doing all that. Man, I'm with it. All right, back on track. The Town or Reservoir Dogs?
The Town. I got a guilt an admission to make. As like I ain't never really sit through all the Reservoir Dogs.
It's
That's one of the I like Tarantino, and I go from place to place with Reservoir Dogs, and I could never just sit all the way through it. I'm like, I've seen the end, I've seen the beginning, I've seen the middle, but I ain't never watched it all the way through.
I'm trying to figure out how to discuss Tarantino. I'm working on that right now. I don't know. I don't want to just do one episode. I want to roll out because I'm a Tarantino guy. There's things I love about him. There's things that I don't like about him at all. It's a very unique relationship that I have with him. Pulp Fiction and what that means to me. But Reservoir Dogs, which was his first film.
Yep.
I think it's at the point or it's probably been at the point for a while where it's overrated. But I want to have that conversation in a proper manner. Not saying it's not good, but it's not what y'all say it is.
Would it be stepping on anything that you're doing, Tarantino, to ask you what's your favorite Tarantino? Would you want to say that? Or have you said it
Now it's not
before?
stepping on anything because it changes. It changes
Yeah.
really. So I can't do a favorite. I can tell you top 5, and it's not going to be in order.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown's really fucking good, man.
That's my favorite. That's why I want to see where you had
Yeah,
it. Jackie Brown is my
yeah.
favorite
Jackie
Tarantino.
Brown's really good. Jackie Brown's really good. Inglourious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, probably Kill Bill Volume 1. It feels weird leaving Django off. So that's what I'm saying. I got to really sit down and think
Django
about
probably
this.
won't make mine either. You're right. What was it? The one the Western though does make mine. The 13 or
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
Western.
yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
I know what you're
Something
talking about.
Sevens, Magnificent Seven or something like that.
Nah,
But that
that's
one definitely makes well, that may be a different one. I can't think of Tarantino's Western, but that's top 3 for me. And then Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction, and that Western.
yeah. I was the Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight, love
Yeah,
that.
Hateful Eight. Yeah, because I'm thinking about I was thinking about Django, and I haven't seen Django. No lie, I probably ain't seen Django in about 7, 8 years. I seen Jackie Brown 7 times since then. You know what
Right,
I mean? At
I will
least.
watch Jackie Brown tomorrow. 100,
Yeah,
like that's my shit.
I love that movie. I love that movie. All right, wrapping this up. Have you ever seen Point Break with Keanu Reeves
No,
and Patrick Swayze in 1991?
never seen that one. I heard of it, but I never seen it. This is what they
They
surfing,
remade
right?
it. They surfing, yeah, and
Yeah,
they remade it. It's about bank robbers, man. It's a good movie.
I didn't know
Came
that.
out.
See, I didn't even know that was about bank robbery.
And
Okay.
here's a little fun fact for you.
Mm-hmm.
Keanu Reeves has played an Ohio State quarterback in 2 movies. He was an Ohio State quarterback turned Fed in Point Break, and then he was also Shane Falco in
In the
Replacements.
replacements, yep,
Yeah,
it
that's one of those little
was.
fun movies that I like knowing. But Point Break is actually a good movie for those who haven't
Yeah.
seen it. It's a
See, I
bank
didn't know
robbery.
that. I'm gonna check that out.
It's a heist movie. It's about, you would think it's about surfing, but it's really
Uh-huh.
about Keanu Reeves being an undercover Fed and trying to break
Really?
into this surf crew who's also robbing banks.
Huh, I'll check that out now. See, that sounds
Yeah,
interesting.
definitely. It's definitely worth a watch. All right, 3 more.
Okay. I'm
The
waiting
town
on
or
one.
set the town or set it off.
Oof. Very narrowly the town. Very narrowly though.
Whew.
Very
The town
narrowly.
or
I compare Jeremy Renner sing to Queen Latifah sing.
yeah, nah,
They
that's
both
real.
went out kind of the same way. Yep.
Exactly the same way. The town or Inside Man.
There go another good twist movie, and it's Spike Lee. I gotta go Inside Man. Inside Man was really fucking good. Yeah, Inside Man.
Last but not least, you know what it is.
I know it. I was waiting on this one.
The town or Heat.
Heat.
Heat's the GOAT. Heat is the standard.
Heat is the GOAT, man. He's the
It's
standard
the
for this.
standard.
With that being said, I would say Heat. Just Pacino, De Niro, the diner scene, like the last robbery, the amazing quote. You got to be ready to go in 15 seconds. I'm all of that, bro. So I gotta go Heat. But the town, if it was a fight, they would have won 3 or 4 rounds. They won about 3 or 4 rounds.
They could have won some rounds for sure.
Yeah, he just that's the standard, like you said. It's the standard.
Too heavy, man. So many, like you said, the quotables. You can, I was just thinking about the "For me, the action is the juice." One of my favorite quotes that I use all the time.
Yeah.
That's not even a De Niro Pacino line.
Who was that?
That was a Tom Sizemore.
Sure was.
Yeah, that was Tom Sizemore, man. For me, the action is the juice.
Yep.
So a ton of stuff in Heat, man. One day we will be discussing Heat. That might be a 2 or 3 parter.
Yeah,
as classic as that movie is. But
I'm here for that.
Let's go ahead and get into the film itself. Let's talk with some best scenes. Spike, since you're the guest, I'm gonna let you open it up. What's one of your first scenes that you
have? For best scenes, the opening robbery. How they robbed the bank, how they walk through everything with pros. It's not your money, it's somebody else's money. Tell me the truth. Everybody will live. Jeremy Renner being who he did, them taking a hostage and they're not going exactly right. Even the casing of the bank and them reading the stats of the dudes who worked there, like, and you're willing to die for $10 an hour, all of that. That's the first one for me.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. At the Culture Guard, we always talk about we love how opening scenes just kind of introduce us to everything we need to know right away. Right. I know there's a little bit of beef out there with the opening like screen that's written about
Yeah.
Charlestown. Not all of that is factual.
Oh,
You
it's
know what I
not.
mean?
It's
No, it's not all factual.
movie
Yeah.
glorification.
Yeah. Movie glorification.
It
There's a
add
thing
to
about
it.
people. Definitely
Yeah.
adds to it. Charlestown does have a history of bank robbers. Some of the biggest bank robberies, in Boston took place from people from Charlestown. But a lot of people from Charlestown were upset about it being the bank robbery of the world. Like they actually kind of, I don't want to say protest. I don't know if it was that deep, but they definitely had an issue. And that's what led, if you watch the film at the very end, there's a statement just shouting out the citizens of Charlestown saying, like, they're not just this. There's also some real good, honest people here. Just giving them their props and whatnot. But to your point, I like seeing the precision. I like planners. I like people who take what they're doing seriously, no matter what you're doing, even if it's
Right.
something like robbing banks. Like the fact that you know the name of the driver, you know his partner, you know their patterns, you know that every Monday and Friday he wakes up at 8:12 a.m. Like that's discipline. Like
Facts.
that's I'm not going to jail.
Love that. I love that. That is one
You
of the
know,
best details about this movie for me, though, them knowing that stuff. And like you just said, I'm not going to jail.
yeah, and they locked in. You see four of these dudes. Like I said, you're opening the film, so you don't even know anything about them. You don't even know their names yet. You just see them all locked in on the same goal, and you once again, I like when a character like Jim, you know right away who Jim is.
Yep.
There's no building up to it. There's none of that. He said straight up, like if they want to die over $10 an hour, don't let's not get in their way.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is, and just the look that Doug gave him was like, all right, then bet. And even when they're robbing the bank itself, the fact that they're searching for the trackers, combing through the money for the trackers, taking their phones, waiting for the time lock, security footage, putting that in the microwave,
Hitting
this guy
everything with
fucking
bleach.
yeah, hitting everything with
Oh,
bleach.
yeah, that was after you.
Yeah, Jim, this guy fucking friend of yours, all of that. Like the whole bank robbery, seeing them getting away, leaving clear on the beach with the town opening.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you start a movie.
Yep.
That's how you start a movie. For me,
we're not fucking around. They wasn't fucking around with that.
They wouldn't.
We're not fucking around, crew.
I definitely got that in my scenes and my quotes. But for me, and also just a quick extension, I do like the small scene they put in of the FBI asking like where they are, what they doing. Because you don't think about, hey, I just robbed a bank now.
Right.
Like, how do you clean that money? You go to strip clubs, you buy wholesale and redistribute. Like you do all of this stuff to recycle that money so you ain't get caught.
Yep.
Absolutely. But my next scene is Jim meeting Doug at the bar. Jim, the level of dedication to being a criminal is fascinating. It's like it's astonishing, really. Like there's a level of dedication where and we talked about him. This is why he got nominated. It just felt so authentic. Like this ain't like, bro, we just committed a huge crime. Like this ain't play for me. Like, did you take care of that girl or not?
Yep.
I was taken care of. All right, then cool, man. So no need to remove her. Right. So he said straight up, no need to remove her from the equation. And that nigga Doug looked at him like, what? He's like, you heard me? Like no laughing. Like you heard.
This is what we do. Yeah.
Do I need to offer? Does she need to go? Because that's how serious this is. That's how deep we in it. And that nigga Doug said, "You gonna get the electric chair brought back to Charleston." Like, bro, that's the perfect.
You wow.
If there was ever a quote to describe Jim, that's the quote. You're gonna get the electric chair brought back to Charleston. Charlestown.
That's a good one. That's one of the best. Yeah, I agree with that.
Best quote to describe Jim. What's your next scene?
What was that? One more time.
What's your next scene?
Oh, my next scene. My next scene is the florist scene. The first florist scene when he go in there and talk about his mama, and he told him, "I'm the one slipped to that pack and get her out here."
Oh no, that's later on in the movie.
Oh, I thought you said my next favorite scene.
Oh, your next favorite scene. My bad. Let me get. I got a couple scenes that I want to touch on.
Oh, okay, got you. Before you get all the way down there,
yeah, you can just chime in. You can just chime in.
Okay, got it.
So I gotta mention the scene. I need your help. I can't tell you what it is.
Can't tell you what it is. That's one of my quotes.
Yeah, I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later. We're gonna hurt some people. Whose car are we gonna take?
Whose car are we using?
That's Jim's. That's Jim's. At the very end of this scene, we'll talk about my favorite moment of this entire scene. But absolutely, Spike. So there's not too many people you ever meet in your life, let alone be close to and know. But a lot and people that you meet that are just down for some information like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need your help. We're gonna hurt some people. You can't ask me about this shit. None of it. I bet. What car we taking? Say less.
Like
I'm with you.
where they
10
at?
toes
Let's go.
down. 10 toes down. And the things, the funny thing I think about with the scenes, like the things that niggas will do for women they barely know. Like, my
Mm.
man's ain't even getting no points or no credit for this. He did this
No,
because of Claire.
just a
Claire
soft
don't
spot.
even know he did this.
Facts.
So you really out here like jumping out the window
For no
over a
reason,
woman
like
you
just off
barely even know.
some random information. You don't even know, like not victim shaming. Well, you don't even know if she did anything. Like she might have,
Right.
not to say she got what she deserved, but you don't know that she was 100% in the right there.
Yeah, man. And like I said, you can't even take credit for it. And then once again, Jim staying true to Jim, taking off his mask. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
what he do to my brother?
What you do to get him so cranked up? Like, that's my brother
Mm-hmm.
right there. Like, what you do to get him so cranked up?
Yep.
Shot him twice in the leg. Dude told him chill. Don't tell me chill. Shot him twice in the leg. There goes college soccer. One of my favorite quotes. It was a smart ass. And they told him straight up, man, you see my face? Well, I've seen yours. But my favorite part of that whole scene was when they were driving away and the cops were going the opposite direction. And Doug had that look of defeat, almost like, man, I'm glad we did that. But then he told him, he said, I can't be up there killing people, man. And Jim said straight up, hey, you brought me.
He brought me. You knew what it was.
You knew what it was when you asked me, bro.
When you bring
And
me,
I
you know
love
what's
that.
going down, bro.
Once
It's
again,
what
the
you
one
signed
thing
up for.
that's the one thing, and that's why I think he got the Oscar now. Not obviously because of his portrayal, but just that character is somebody in a world full of bullshit, in a world full of masks, in a world full of people trying to be something they ain't. It's refreshing to see somebody be for the good and the bad. This is who I am.
Yep.
And there was never a doubt about who Jim was, and everybody
I'm a
about that
bad guy.
around. He's well aware of it to know that you should know that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the dude you call when you need some shit done like this. So don't
Facts.
complain about what happens when you know you're bringing it.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody getting shot. Leave me at the
When
crib.
you get it, yep. When you get what you sign up for, do not come to me talking about, oh man, I wasn't expecting all that. Nah, this is in the contract. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got the FBI identifying the targets. Every good heist in the movie needs that moment. When
That
they
police dude.
Yeah, they need the police dude played by John Hamm. They need, the mug shots, the descriptions, who they are. Only
Did
in
you like
Boston
John
is there.
Hamm in this? Did you like John Hamm?
Not as much as I should have.
I liked him.
I feel like
This almost made me want to check out Mad Men, but I couldn't. I remember watching this. It was like, who is dude? Because I wasn't familiar with Mad Men. And this almost made me go back and check it out, but I can never get past the first season.
and it's shout out to John Hamm. It's nothing that he did. I just, in my head, I feel like there's somebody out there that could have played that role just a little better. And I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, shout out to John Hamm.
Are you a fan of John Hamm at all?
Yeah, I like John Hamm.
Okay.
I like John Hamm. I'm not as, and I didn't get on, I wasn't on the Mad Men train either. I just don't see myself going to visit. Everybody talks about it and raves about it, how good of a show it is. I think it's worth a watch maybe one day from me, but if it's 3 episodes and I ain't hooked, then I ain't gonna give it more than that.
And not even, I watched the whole season and did not care. I was like, bro, I'm not interested in these people. Let me get out of here.
Yeah. But also real quick about that scene, I just like when scenes use those small little filler scenes to give us some more information. Like, we learn more about Doug's dad, why he was in jail. We learned about Doug being a star hockey player, all that kind of stuff. I just like that we learned some throwaway stuff, and it's building this world and these characters that you're slowly but surely becoming invested in. I don't know if you have this scene down, but Jim sees Doug and Claire at lunch.
Oh yes, I loved it. And he's like, "What
Yeah,
the fuck's
so
up, man?" and how
yeah,
he covered his tattoo to end it at the end. All of that was great. Like them
yeah,
bullshitting each other and just how they were talking to each other. And he was like, "Nigga, how?" Without saying so, like, "Nigga, how dare you?" Like you sitting here holding court with
yeah.
something that I thought was handled. Like this was really good.
It,
Saying what them doing what wasn't being said.
yeah, and this scene and the next scene right after, I combine into one almost. But there's something about, we mentioned how these guys just felt like regular dudes. Like, they're not
Mm-hmm.
like luxurious or doing anything out the normal. They're just regular dudes from Boston. Like, they could have 100 million in the mattress and probably still will never leave their crib. They
Right.
just where they from is so embedded in them. But I think for the first time, one of the first times, Doug was probably thinking about a life outside of this. Like, there's a world. There's a nice girl here. Like, we out here on a date and whatnot. And she's talking about the sunny days. You know, my brother died on a day like this. And he's staring in the sky. There's a nice shot of him. There's that figure in Boston. It was in The Departed as well with the gold top. I don't know what it's called. But there's that shot there. And then all of a sudden, Jim comes. It's back to reality. Right? Put the fake gun to his head and all that. And Jim is on some, like, what you doing over here? Like, bro, this ain't even you. Like, what you doing over here? What stuff is this? Like, you eat white pizza? Like, what's going on?
What you doing?
And
right.
Ben, I got to give a shout out to Ben Affleck because the despair, like the nervousness he had, like, I don't know, hopefully as grown folks, ain't nobody out there creeping around. But when you're doing something you know you ain't supposed to be doing and somebody got you jammed up and you trying to exit, he played that perfectly. Like, let's get out of here, man. And Jim put his foot down, man. Sit the fuck down. I just got here. Like, what's going on? And there was a great shot. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you did a great lead up into the type of person that Jim is and now how Ben Affleck is responding to him. It's not really because you caught me. It's because now I know you're a loose cannon and I'm scared for what you may do to her.
Yeah.
Like, I've already caught these much feelings about her as to where, shit. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm shaking. And again, it ain't because you called me. It's more because now I know what you might do.
I care about this girl, and I know you wild, and I know you'll eliminate. You already in the ass, like, so the problem don't need to be eliminated.
Right.
Like, you ready to put a bullet in there if need be to save your life. So I get it. But there's a great shot that Ben Affleck did where Claire is coming out and Doug is looking at her, and it's slow motion and there's no music, like the sound stops and it's just silence. It's like just that calm before the storm, and then things get right back into it. And Jim puts two and two together. He said, "Oh shit!" Like, okay, then starts playing it off like you said. I'm saying what we can't say. You know, Doug. You know, he's a workaholic. He always take his work home with him. And just doing the funny shit. How'd you two meet? You work at the bank. Didn't that bank get robbed? Like, just doing just all that shit. And like you said, with the Doug being smart enough to cover up his neck tattoo, so he don't get made and stuff like that. It was just incredible scene. And like I said, that goes with the next scene where, Doug come in the crib like, who you following, me or her? And he's like, I told you, man, I made your truck.
Right.
Like sure, I was about my business. You the one out here sneaking around.
You the one out here. You loafing.
Yeah, you don't tell me.
I ain't even have to look that hard.
Yeah, like my nigga, we just robbed a bank. Like, don't tell me. We know the feds is on us. We seen them taking pictures at the crib at the barbecue. Don't tell me we about to go down because you got horny.
Yep.
Because you thought the bank chick was cute, and now we all going to jail because you on that type of shit.
Now it look like something. Because I think one of the most important things with that, you brought up a great point. It's not that you can't date her. It's that we just did this, and you don't know what type of weight she can hold. You don't know now if they don't start looking at her for it to be an inside job like which they did. You don't know if she can hold that. So that validates his concern. It ain't really like, oh, you slipping. It's like, I don't know what she gonna be able to do. If she was solid, that would be cool, but I don't know her. But
that's one if you know her beforehand, and it is what it is. But and that's one of those things where I'm like, wouldn't you think, Doug, like as precise as you are, because this scene shows more about that. We'll talk about it, but wouldn't you think like, hey, they probably gonna be watching me, which means that I might lead them to her. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out you work at the bank that just got robbed and now you dating one of the niggas we think robbed it. Like, you would think that would play in I don't know, that was just something that Doug laughed on. Yeah, big red flag. So, Doug just got, he fell in love with her. But there's that moment when Jim is talking about the next job. And Doug says, man, the next thing's not ready. He said, well, make it ready. And once again, Doug with the precision, man. I don't like the guards. This dude think he G.I. Joe. He be tucking his pants into his combat boots. The motherfucker really think he special forces. Like, I'm cool on that. And Jim used that guilt card. 9 years, bro. I did 9 years for you.
9 years for you.
Like, you can't tell me that you can't do it. And, that's a soft spot for Doug. Doug was like, all right, this is the last one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then I guess that goes right into the non-armored truck. Yes. Classic scene, right? Classic scene. Is this the scene in the movie?
Yes, this is the scene in the movie.
Is it better? Hold on. All right, let me ask you this.
The Renters, for me, let me edges out. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you this way: Is Is this the scene where you remember the town for, or is this a better scene than the Fenway Park robbery?
This is the scene I remember the town for. The Fenway Park robbery is the iconic scene as well. For me, well, no, not even for me because it's on the poster. Yeah, this is the scene I remember the town for, but it was not
Yeah,
better than the Boston scene. It wasn't better than Robin Fenway. All of that from the time they pulled up to the whole way that it played out.
I will say this. I will say this, and I don't know. Tell me if you agree or not. If I wasn't a sports fan, I probably wouldn't care about that Fenway scene as
Yeah,
much as I do.
facts.
It's just dope because robbing the stadium, the idea, and I've never seen that. It goes to the whole idea. I don't think I've ever seen this in a movie. I've seen stadiums be used and people who
Mhm.
film in stadiums, but I've never seen a stadium getting robbed
Robbing the
in a
box
movie.
office. Yep,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
I've
And
never
and
seen
then
that. So the
and as you
uniqueness
think
of it.
about it, you're like, damn, it's a lot. It is a lot of cash in there, especially back then. I'm sure people were spending more cash than they just had to tap debit cards or credit cards. So it probably
Hell yeah.
like you don't even think about the gate, people walking up to the gate, $20 for a ticket. It's damn near what 40,000 people in there, hot dogs,
Playing
beer,
the Yankees. Playing the
concessions.
Yankees.
Like, come on, bro. And just seeing it empty like that in there, that was fire too. Just using that. It
That
was really great use of the city.
Yeah. But going back to the original point, I think, like I said, if you Joe Schmo and you don't care about sports, the nun scene is it. Like that whole sequence, just the image of it. It's one of the best action sequences slash heist sequences in movie history, in my opinion. It's up
Facts.
there when you talk about the best. It's up there with the famous Heat scene when they robbing that last bank, guns blazing as they leaving and shit.
Mhm.
That's up there. I ain't saying it's
That's
better,
up
but it's
there.
up there. It's in the conversation.
It's up there with that. It's up there with the Ocean's 11's robberies. Like that's what they do or done the best. It may not be as good as these movies as far as end to end, but the Ocean's 11's robbery scenes are always good, and this is up there with them.
Yeah, and you need that scene where something goes wrong,
Mhm.
right? It can't always be sweet. It can't always be
Yep.
sweet. So now you look
Exactly.
up, boom, your dude got your man. I got to shoot him. We got to dodge the whole city. Um, Once again, Doug's character is right. I told you about this guard, bro. Like that's why
Yep.
I do what I do. That's
Told
why
you
I
I
set
didn't
all this
want to
stuff
do it.
up. I
Yeah.
told you, bro. This dude cared too much.
Mhm.
He trying to be a hero. He ain't got nothing to lose. He ain't the dude
Kids,
that's 5'10" and
wife,
220 with kids and a
right.
wife at home that I can
Eating
press
donuts. I'm
down.
just here to do this.
Nah,
Yeah.
this nigga woke up today hoping. This nigga woke up today hoping this shit would happen.
Facts. I
He
wanted
wanted to
this.
play tough
What
guy.
I signed,
Yeah,
I signed up for this. Like we were talking about earlier with the other characters. What I this, yes, yes, this is
yeah,
what I want.
yeah, man. And then obviously you got the police chase, the impeccable driving. I love a good driving scene or a good
Great
driver
driving.
in a film. Just
Mhm.
great driving, knowing the importance of knowing your way around the city. Like you can't just
Facts.
blindly do that. You got to know which alleys to hit, which ones you can get in, get out of. Like that
Mhm.
takes so much
The
planning
one
and
ways,
precision.
all of that shit. Exactly.
Absolutely, and the cinematography. If you look at it from just the production standpoint, some of those scenes they had those low camera angles during the chase, and it just made it feel like you was hanging on to the car,
He was right there
chasing
with
with
them.
them. Yeah, man,
Facts.
having a switch car ready. Just the idea of having a switch car. Here's the site.
Mhm.
Shit go wrong, we meeting here. Like once again, I think one of the reasons why I love this film so much is without directly like beating you over the head with it, it's telling you how much goes into planning a
To plan a
crime.
robbery. If you want to get away with it, it ain't a spur of the moment thing. It ain't, oh, let's
Yeah,
go rob a bank, pick up 4 guns, a bag, and some masks, and we're gonna go do this. Like this
yeah,
ain't
man.
that at all. You know.
And obviously one of the most iconic moments in the film when they finally get to the switch car, everything die down. They see that cop looking dead at him. While they set a numb mask on, there's a little 5-second stare, and then the cop looked the other way. Iconic moment.
That remind me of Bunny Colvin. Nigga, I got 6 months left of my I'm out in my 30.
Yeah, I'm out. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That was taken by a real
Pension.
story, man. Ben Affleck was interviewing people
Mhm.
who robbed banks and stuff, and that was a real story. That really happened.
Really?
So
I
he
can
heard
see
it
that.
in one of the interviews, and he ended up using it for the movie.
I can see
And
that.
obviously it
I
played
can I
over
can
with. Bro,
yeah.
what I'm about to do? You all over the
Right.
radio. I see y'all looking at me in my face
Right. Y'all
with the
niggas got machine
with the ooh
guns. Like
ops. Y'all got the big guns out. I'm cool,
I
bro. I
ain't
got something.
seen nothing, bro.
And you see, he an older dude too, bro. I probably got 2
Yeah.
years left. I'm cool. I ain't seen nothing. Y'all good. Go on
Mhm.
about your business. Um,
Big facts.
all right. So this is the last scene I had before we get to the florist.
Okay.
Doug meeting with Jim by the cemetery.
Oh yeah, the fight.
The fight. So
Yeah.
Doug not knowing what's going on. Jim hitting him with the Flores came through. He got a big job for us. I don't give, man, all you, bro. There's people here. I love when Jim said, "There's people here. I can't let you leave." Then they Doug said, "All you give a fuck about is Coke and Xbox, bro. Like, stop hitting me with this family dynamic shit. Like, I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not taking part in none of this." And it's one of those things where if you've ever, because one thing we have to remember about at least these two characters, they've known each other since they were 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They like legit brothers. Not just know each other, but we live with each other. Like, we are family.
Yep.
When you get to a certain point in your life and you start veering away from what your peoples or your fam, you just have a different interest. You want to do different things. It don't always got to be a bad thing. It's just like this is a growth point, right? I always think about Outkast, right?
Yeah.
Andre 3K, I'm gonna rap with him, do this, but I have other interests as well, and I'm not really pressed about doing all this other thing. And I'm sorry in order for everything to work, we need both of us, and I don't feel like doing it. But it just is what it is.
It's just growth, like you said.
Yeah, and that's how Doug treated it. Like, bro, I don't want to live my life. Jim, he signed up for it. That's all he knows.
He didn't have vision beyond it. Yeah, Jim didn't have no vision beyond. This is what we do. This is what we gonna do. Anytime we need to, we can do it. It was almost a sense of arrogance.
Yeah,
like we're gonna stay here. We're not gonna get caught. We're gonna keep doing this. And if we do get caught, oh well, fuck it. And he just wasn't trying to live like it.
And it's almost a sense of like responsibility to where they from. I feel like Jim felt like we from here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you grew up here with me.
Go?
Like, why you acting like you better than me?
Facts.
Like, we the same type of person. This is what we do. Like, this is how we made our mark in the world. Like, I can't even see why you seeing past leaving here. It don't make no sense to me. And then obviously Doug hitting him with the like, who the fuck you think you are? Like, you aren't letting me or not letting me do shit. Like, pretty much bucking at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of your one-way bullshit. This nigga Jim, they get in a fight. Jim pistol whip him. Once again, you know who Jim is. You pistol whipping your mans.
That is wild, bro. Like, it wasn't even just the fisticuffs. Like, I'm pulling the strap out and hitting him with it. But again, that's what you sign up for when it's Jim, though.
That's and then I mentioned it earlier when I talked about the suspect scene, but just when a movie just gives you pieces throughout. Like, we've heard about Jim laying dude down, but we ain't know the story. And we get the moment of what happened and why. Like, bro, because, you know, Doug told him, I ain't asked you to do that. You ain't have to, bro. I heard that Brandon was about to come down here with the 21 Glock and put you down, and I came down there and said, fuck, I put him in the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's who I am, and that's what I do.
That's what I do for my brother.
Yeah, man. So, how do you even, if you're Doug, how do you even, like, bro, you saved somebody from killing me. Like, I owe you, but I can't do it. Like, I never thought about how tough of a spot that is.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. Like, I can't throw my life away because you saved mine, per se. Like, I can show you the utmost gratitude and always be there for you, but I can't let you dampen the vision, because he wanted to be more than that. Like, you could tell, even with being the hockey player and that not working out for him, I think he always saw himself outside of that place. He probably felt like hockey was going to get him out of there. It didn't work. I'm depressed. Now I'm deciding to rob banks, but this ain't long term. Versus his man's is like, nah, this is okay. We robbing banks. This is what we do. This is what we always done. This is what we've been doing, gonna do. It ain't no changing. Ain't no growing up. Because Xbox, bank robbing, and bitches, that satisfies me. And it just didn't satisfy his man's.
Straight up. And it's funny because, you know, we talk about the culture, you know, us being black folk, never looking at it, like, just seeing the other side of it, seeing, like, literally white people in the projects. That's what they got in Boston.
Facts.
You know, and them just living that other side of the coin, and it's just, you look at Doug's environment and how he was raised, who his parents were, and like, damn, man, he ain't have a chance. You know, we talk about a lot of the hood movies like that. Like, damn, man, they ain't have a chance. Like, look at the environment they was raised in. But it's kind of the same thing, and it's interesting to view it from that vantage point. You know, I always talk about that Nas line. Nas had a lyric on that song with Rick Ross, Triple Beam Dreams, where he said, I could have been Ivy League if America played fair.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, like, who could have done? It always makes you think, who could these characters have been if they were raised in the right environment?
A real shot. Facts.
Like I said, the way Doug plans things, and Doug, with the description we got of him, Like he was a hockey player. He came back home and got into this business. So he wasn't even.
Facts.
Of course, he got good training, but like I wasn't even brought up in this like gym. I wasn't brought up in the crime world like that. I was the one that
I
they
was an
tried to
athlete.
keep away. Yeah,
Hmm.
he gonna make it out. So I don't know, man. But we get to the Florida scene, Spike. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take over.
Yeah, this is one of the scenes as far as yeah, Jim is well, excuse me. Yeah, they doing what they do, and his man's is like you said, if you didn't want to kill her, you shouldn't have called me. But I always like this reminds me of season 2 of The Wire, why I'm such a big fan of Vondas and the Greek. Because it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the crime syndicate is one thing, but I'm the motherfucker using the puppet strings to make everything go. And I just like that manipulation that he had over him, or he thought that he had over him, telling the whole story, the patience, the calmness, while clipping the roses, all of it, just even having a fucking florist shop. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like even having a florist shop and being that type, I won't call him necessarily a gangster, but being that much of a move maker. Like,
yeah.
it's so
He a player.
off-putting. The setting is so off-putting as far as this nigga here clipping flowers, but everybody, it seems like that's doing any heist, they coming to him, they working through him, he's getting them the information, he taking his shit off top, and basically, nigga, you can't do this, or you're not gonna do this, or you need to do what I say. You can't do it without me, you're not gonna do it without me, or you need to do what I say, or I'll make something happen to you. Having that type of threat in such a non-threatening place, I think that's really dope. Great way to set it up. The guy that played it, you said he got nominated. He did a fantastic job. And I even like how Jim is not his name. What's Ben Affleck's character
Doug,
name?
Doug.
Doug. I like how Doug stood up to him too. Like not in this scene, but eventually, just even how
Nah,
he
this
was
is it.
able
This
to.
the scene.
Oh, this is
This
the
is the
scene where he
scene.
was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." Well, even when he stood up to him, like, "Oh, this shit sound cool, my nigga. And you might scare somebody else, but you don't scare me." And I just the dynamic there was dope.
Everything you said was on point. There's something about I don't know if you ever get this feeling, but every time I watch this scene, it makes me want to clip roses. There's something that seems so relaxing or
Don't
soothing
it
about
seem like it seemed like it's like the little it reminds me of the Boys in the Hood shit when my man's was twirling the
it. Oh yeah,
relaxation things in the scene with Lawrence.
Furious.
Yeah, when Furious was doing that little meditating thing, it reminds me of that every time. But you're
It's,
right, I've
it,
always wanted to like do that now since I've seen it.
yeah, it just always and it was a certain way that he carried it because you can certain people move a certain way. And there's a line in this film, I forget exactly what it was, but he was pretty much saying, like, I done seen all your daddies. Like, I'm still in the game. Like, I'm still calling shots. I'm still making
Yep.
moves. Like, I had your pop, I had all y'all pops in these same seats giving them the same orders.
Yep.
And like I'm still making it run. So to have that kind of attitude of I've been around and I'm gonna stay around, like he carried that with every single
Facts.
scene that he was in. He carried that arrogance. Even the way he was trimming, like this dude is really in here telling you he's not about to do this job, and I'm not even hearing you, bro. Like, cause you don't, you might believe that, but I don't. Like, you doing this job,
Facts.
and
Hmm.
just the way they he told him like, take another guy or do it with three. He just calmly told him
But the
like, I
job
wouldn't do
getting
this.
done, yeah.
I wouldn't hire you without them. I wouldn't hire them without you. You're a unit.
Yeah.
He told him I didn't come for a debate. I'm giving you the money out of respect because Doug went about that situation the way he's supposed to.
The way you were, yeah, the way you
I'm
would
not even
expect it
trying
to
to,
go if it wasn't, but we dealing with criminals though. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
like,
all
but
that
he like,
sounds
I'm
good.
trying to do the noble thing right here. Like, I'm not doing this. I know you. That's not what you want to hear. I got a bag for you. As a parting gift to make things right. And that nigga just looked at that bag like, bro, like you think it's that. And then he finally told him, this is the scene you was talking about, Spike. He was like, who the fuck you think you are? You think you're the only guys in
Mhm.
Charlestown with a gun?
With a gun.
Gave him his address. One of my favorite lines in the
Yeah.
entire movie, Spike. You're an old guy with a fucked up face who don't know his glory years are behind him. That's some cold shit to say to a nigga. You an old
Especially a nigga
guy.
with a little muscle. Yeah, like he got a little muscle. He's supposed to have a little clout. It's like, nigga, come on. This new generation, bro. I ain't scared of y'all niggas.
Yeah, man. Like, for real. Like, nigga, the game passed you by. And this nigga told him straight up, like, bro, I'll clip your nuts the same way I clipped your pops. Like, you watch the horses. I gave your mom a taste. I see you run around the street up and down looking for your
Looking
mom.
for it,
Your
nigga.
pops didn't have the heart to tell you she was a doped out suicidal
Yeah.
junkie. Like, all of that, bro. Just cut deep.
That was menacing the way he said all that shit, nigga.
If there's a heaven, son, she ain't in it.
She ain't in it.
Imagine telling somebody about your mom when you really don't know where she is.
And you don't even know what happened to it. I'm telling you now, nah, nigga, she was a junkie, nigga. I gave her the taste, nigga. I had her out here in the streets.
Can we just admire the dialogue though? Because I've
Yeah,
never. Most movies would like cut you deep or something, but just a simple line like that. If there's a heaven, son, she ain't in
she
it.
ain't in it.
Like
Yeah,
that's
that's a
the, that's a perfect
legendary
way to
line.
describe your mama ain't shit.
Facts. Legendary
Um,
right there.
and then obviously, like I said, I still run this shit. I still got the drop on you. I heard you got a new girl. I know where she
Mm-hmm.
stay. I'll send your funeral arrangements to her crib, bro. Stop playing with me and jump on this job.
You can be a new generation or not, nigga. I still got the pool I need to take care of you.
Yeah, Rusty pulled out the big gun while he was chilling in the background, bro. You gonna do this job? I don't know what you thought this was. And then lastly, I would say for real, the final 36 minutes of this movie are
Facts.
flawless.
Yeah. It's what you
Are
came
flawless.
last 40 minutes is what you came for. 36 minutes, that's what you came for. I signed up for it, good lead in, cool. All of this from I used to have a problem with the how John Hamm's character got the drop, but it's acceptable. Like it's a movie.
Oh,
You can
Woman Scorn.
yeah, always gonna happen. Always gonna happen.
He, you know why? You know why that whole storyline plays out for me? Because in real life, like the when he dropped the bar of how long you been with him, my whole life. Has he ever
Mm-hmm.
bought you a diamond necklace?
Yeah.
Like once you know there's another woman and all that shit, there's nothing like a woman scorn. It's
Nothing
gonna
she
take you
won't
down
do to
every
get back
single
at you.
down.
Yep. Yep.
And the chain of events, it wasn't lazy. There was a chain of events to get there.
The DUI,
He
everything,
found
him
the
knowing to
DUI,
show up.
yeah, him just being on some like, after he leaves, like her saying, excuse me, after he leave, like, after leave what? After what? After what? Like them putting it together, maybe a little bit cheap, but it played out. I was cool
It
with it.
did. It did.
But
Facts.
we know the floor is giving them a big play, $3.5 million. Them going into Fenway Park once again, the intel. This is your name. This is where you live. I know about your family. Your wife's name's Linda. You live here. Your wife's name is also Linda. The Lindas want you to open the door.
Open the goddamn door.
The
That's
Lindas want you to open the
fire.
door, man.
One of the best scenes of the movie.
Absolutely. And then one of the dudes was telling him, like, man, I know people in that jail. They're gonna fuck you up. And I love Jim, his character, man. Don't worry about an old timer. Nobody's going to prison.
Nobody's going to prison.
Yeah, nobody's going to prison, man. Don't even worry about it. The plan itself was brilliant.
Yes.
Right? The plan itself was brilliant. You got the inside man of Fenway. You start as cops. You literally walk out with the money.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
paramedics.
I'm walking out with this, on some Ocean's 11 shit. Like, you're going to carry the money out for me. We're going to turn it to the paramedics. And there's just that moment. And we talked about this in the episode of Sopranos when we referenced Atlanta. There's a scene in season 1, episode 10. The finale of season 1 of Atlanta is called The Jacket. Paperboy's got Darius and Earn in the car with him. Earn's supposed to meet this dude to get his jacket back, and they just sit in the car. And there's a moment where Al or Paperboy is just too quiet. He look in the rear view, he look in the side mirror, and he don't even say nothing. He just like, nah. Like, and he started the car. The cops just pulled up out of nowhere. The same thing happened with Doug in this scene where he's just.
It's a corridor. It's supposed to be busy. Like people working around, they moving freight, they moving drinks for the state. Like it's supposed to be moving, and it was dead quiet.
Even if there's not a game going on, like this ain't
a stadium.
That attention to detail, like something's not right. I don't know exactly what it took them a while to even figure out. Like, hold up, there's something about this scene don't feel right. This shouldn't be this smooth. So he's looking around and just kind of had that look. The expression act, especially for what and Spike, that's how you felt as a viewer.
Yep.
As a viewer, knowing you pulling this ice off, it's like, hold on, man, this feels too easy.
Yes.
Like they really, and then I think Ben Affleck's character of Doug was avatar for the audience in that moment. And then you look outside, you see all the whole squad, you see everybody
out there.
And at that moment, like if you put yourself in their shoes, you got to really think, like, all right, it's either death or jail.
Yeah, it's it.
This is what we
caught. It's over. It's over now. Yeah, it's over. Either I'm going to jail for at least 20 years, or I'm riding out with bullets in me.
And it's a great. If you compare the two, we see Doug taking his time with it, right? Noticing something's off, looking around, trying to make sense of things. As soon as As soon as Jim realized something was off, he grabbed the gun and started firing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like just those
And brought
that's
them out.
bruh, exactly how they different personalities are. So that whole thing,
Facts.
the type of loyalty that we talk about. Well, first of all, Dez getting popped. So Dez, a young dude that worked for the security company or the
Yeah,
intel
yeah, yeah.
company, when he stood up after that smoke bomb, he got popped the headshot.
Man,
Crazy shot. Crazy
facts.
shot. Right? Just
Facts.
seeing
And
your mans go down like that
it
in battle.
was just talking to him and like, boom, headshot.
And he tried to get him. He knew it. Like, damn, I'm no.
No,
As
nope.
soon as he got done,
Boom.
it's
Yep.
McGlone being the fall guy. Once again, we talk about that like loyalty. We know, and the film did a great job of building it up, where we know the story of Jim and him taking out the dude Brennan for Doug.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they roll. Like we
Yep.
you
That's what
know,
we do.
Albert McGlone told the story at the beginning of Doug's dad. He could have rolled on his friends or get 40 years. Like shit, give me the 40 years. Fuck it.
Yep.
Like that's how they do it. So McGlone looking at them and saying, "Yo, y'all got the cop suits. I'm gonna drive
We'll
this
be
joint out
cops.
front. Like, nah, we ain't gonna leave, man. You know I can do a pinch. I'm only gonna give them your first names.
Right.
Like
I don't
just
know nothing
that
else. That was fire.
that's a loyalty that just doesn't exist for real.
Does not. Unless it seemed like unless it's even with organized crime to be in the street, like it just like you said, it just doesn't exist. This is more of this isn't a crime thing. This is a neighborhood thing. This is this is where we from thing. It's us against them thing. And more so
This
than it just being random people selling drugs together or being in organized family or whatnot.
this is this reminds me of Marlo.
Yes.
My
Facts.
name is my name. Like
My
it's
name.
just for some people, you know, and for those who know about The Wire, man, Marlo's whole goal, I mean, he wanted to wear the crown too.
Yep.
He wanted to be the king of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I'm trying to be. He wasn't trying to be James St. Patrick and trying to run the world and all. I want to be the king of Baltimore, bro.
I
I
see what
deserve this
Barksdale
crown.
did. Yeah.
I deserve this crown just as much as anybody else. Like it's my turn to wear it now. That's just kind of how it goes. That's just how it goes. And I think that's what Albert thought. Like this is my rep. This is my name. Like when I'm going, like they gonna talk about how I stood up tall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My name is gonna ring out forever and ever. Like my rep. That's the
My
most
name is my
important thing to
name.
me. Exactly. And I think that's what he thought about when he said, "All right, bet." And then, like I said, the brilliant idea of them changing because they ain't looking for cops. You got cops all over the place, even though it might have been a little bit noticeable. It's a
Because
nitpick,
they
whatever.
ran away. Right. But it's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
it
yeah.
fit the movie. It was good.
But yeah, see you in Florida Kid. Jim or Jim had already told Doug earlier, like, listen, man, you know talk about going to jail. Like, you know, the funniest thing about going to jail is the people that pretend that they want to get out. Like, I ain't going back. So if we get jammed up, if we get jammed up, I'm holding court in the streets.
Yes.
I'm letting you know right now, my nigga. Like it's
ain't no handcuffs going on me, bro.
Ever. Like that shit done. That shit done with, bro. Like they
It
gonna hit
was.
me right there. And then
And
obviously
it was fitting for the character though. It lined up for the shit throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'll tell you one scene that I do want to highlight real quick within that scene is when John Hamm's character had found him. It was an officer, and finally he pulled out that gun, and the way he was chasing him around that car, like
Fire.
my goodness, bro.
That was
fire.
really good cinematography, really good, and how he was shooting back around like that shit was fire.
And that was Jim caught one of the cleanest headshots I've ever seen in film history.
Yes, facts.
And the way they made his jaw swell up like right after it, like it was real life. That attention to detail, man, it goes unmatched.
Really good.
We also, just to wrap up the end of the movie, that goes to Doug going back to the florist. Also, Doug having to watch his best friend get popped like that.
Yeah. Without being able to do nothing, can't warn him right there. You can't there's nothing that you can offer him other than damn. I wish we hadn't done this, and you got to keep it moving. You have to keep your head to keep it moving so you don't get caught.
Yeah,
fire.
Incredible expression acting by Ben Affleck throughout this entire film. Like every emotion you felt on his face.
Yes.
Doug going back to the florist. Hey, Rusty, something went wrong. Come here. Headshot to him.
And
shooting it out with the florist. Yeah, shooting it out with the florist, man. Like, remember who clipped your nuts?
Yeah.
And then also, that was some true romance shit. Them firing all them shots. That is one of the things that bothered me about this film. Like him and the the florist going back with all them
Yeah,
shots.
just okay, corral shots.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, some true romance shit, if anybody's seen that movie. But also just Claire holding it down for Doug. Even though Doug was
Uh,
he peeped what was going on, but her like that last minute ditch effort, like, all right, man, like, you know, it's one of my sunny days, like that warning of don't come. Like you still snitching, you had the feds tied
yeah,
up, but
I like, but she did give him like if you're smart as you say you are, and smart as I think you are, you know what this is. I can't
yeah.
overtly because they think I am a part of this now because you were dumb enough to date me after you did this. You really put me in this position. So I'm trying to give you a way out if you're as smart as you say you are. I do think that she threw him a lifeline.
No, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate that. But what I'm
Yeah,
saying is that the fact that Doug was already on top of it, he wouldn't have shown up anyway. I think it
yeah,
would have played out if we knew that Doug wasn't watching,
yeah.
then that's a little bit different. But
Mm,
my thing is like the enemy, whether she said or not, he wasn't coming either way.
right.
So that's why I was
Facts.
like, it don't have a grand thing, but I do appreciate her throwing that lifeline at
Well, yeah,
the end.
I
Like,
do.
hey man, like my,
Facts.
you
It
know,
lets you know where
remind
she
me of one of my
stood.
sunny days. Exactly,
Yeah, it
exactly. And
lets you know where she
obviously
stood.
that leads to Doug going to getting away and her getting the money, dedicating to the hockey rink. Film ends. Perfect ending, in my opinion. Or was it? Let me ask you this real quick, Spike, before we get into the last categories to wrap this up. Would you have preferred if all of them died?
Yeah. The mysterious Ben Affleck could be in Florida and the orange, like, man, I don't need all
Man,
of that, bro.
Stone,
Go out
Stony,
in the blaze of glory.
yeah, man, Stony in Mexico. Let's set it
Yeah,
off. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like
Like just that one of, all
that's
right,
it.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, there is an
Cutting the
alternate
blade.
ending.
Mhm.
There is an alternate ending to the film. I won't say exactly what happened or how it happened, just in case anybody wants to see it. Pull it up on YouTube or whatever. But all of them did die in the alternate ending. The
Mm,
alternate ending was actually shot more like the book. Like it's the novel, which I guess spoiler alert, spoil the next or skip the next 30 seconds. But in the novel that it was based on, when he has that shootout with the florist hits him.
mhm,
He's like,
mm,
he's wounded real bad. He makes it to Claire's apartment, but he ends up dying in Claire's arms.
mm.
They shot that scene, but the test audiences liked the original ending better. They liked him getting away better. So that's
People
why it
like
went.
to see somebody get away. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but part of me in the just because of how we talk about authenticity, part of me would have liked to see
Yep,
all four of them
that
go
how it
down.
work.
Not like to, but that's more realistic. That's what I
Yep,
see.
that's the real
Um,
work.
all right, you got any best quotes? Any quotes that we didn't say already throughout the episode?
Not not that we didn't say already. I had my favorite one, which was the one I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it again later. We're gonna hurt some people. Whose car we're gonna take? That was one of my favorite ones.
I got you. I got you. I got a couple of them. This is a not fucking around crew, and this not
That
fucking around thing is about to go both ways. That's probably one of the quotes of the
yes,
film. I would say.
facts. The not
Um,
fucking around crew was my
when they got pinched, and McGlone's reading that piece of paper, he told that nigga, "I'm trying to make the shit sound fucking authenticious." He said, "What? It's often what?" And then I already said the Jim quote. You know the funniest thing about prison guys pretending that they want to get out. I can't do any more time. If we get jammed up, we're holding court on the street. Something about when somebody says something, you know they mean it.
yes.
Yeah. Did you have any more quotes?
Um, nah, I'm looking through some of them now, but nah, not nothing that we'd already addressed it
I'm about
before.
to say yeah, most of mine I already said throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have for your scenes to? So the
Jeremy
serial
Renner.
killer is all right. So
Okay.
let me clarify. So for those new to Culture Garden, scene stealer is not for like one of the major actors. It's more
Ah,
so for
okay.
somebody who just pops in a couple times and you really just can't. Jeremy Renner is the correct answer. He stole every
Yes.
scene he was in. But what about one of those minor characters? You know
Um,
what it is. It's probably should be
minor
answer.
characters. The sister. The sister. She held like I usually don't like characters like this, like because like we got to deal with this again. But she made some valid points, and that's how I feel like that she made the relationship seem authentic, even with the type of person who my man Ben Affleck was trying to be. She was reminding him as well as Jeremy Renner, her brother, like, nah, this is who you is. I'm example of it too. So yeah,
Nah,
it
that's
was
it.
her.
Well, you're about to change your answer because the answer really
Okay.
is Pete. It's really Pete Postlewaite as Fergie, the florist.
Flores. Okay, I see. I didn't know if he would be considered main or not, but yeah,
Nah, because
if
somebody
he
popped
not
up in two
considered
or three.
main,
He was only in 2 or 3
yeah,
scenes.
okay, well it's him. It's
Something
him
like
then.
that.
I was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah.
avoid him, but it's definitely him.
Hey man, you a first timer. It's all good. It's all
Yes,
good, man.
100%. I
Pick up
appreciate
on
that.
it. But yeah, he's the scene stealer for me. Obviously, he was nominated and only had like 3, maybe 4 scenes at the max. This is a 2 hour and 4 minute film. He probably spent 10 minutes, if that, on screen.
And
Probably
made the
7 or 8
impact.
minutes. Made an impact. Absolutely, got to put him in there. Anything that bothers you?
I ain't really like the ending with the orange and shit. I ain't really
Mm.
like that. And that I could have, like you said, I would have preferred the other ending that you was talking about when he died in her arms.
Yeah, I guess that was supposed to be a Tangerine for Tangerine, Florida. He told her he
Yeah,
was
I
gonna go
get
to
it.
Tangerine, but yeah, it was a
Mhm.
little bit. It felt like we talk about. I don't want to put this in the same category, but sometimes we talk about films where you can tell certain films were made because they wanted to shoot a particular scene. Like
Mhm.
The Town isn't that, like, but you can also tell like we had this vision in this moment, but we don't really know how to land the plane.
Yeah. And then this is it that we tried. This is the big moment, the big reveal, the big
That's
twist.
that's
Yeah,
why I
but
love The
this
Departed so
movie
much.
didn't need that. Yeah, this movie didn't need. Yeah, The Departed was not that.
That's why I love The
It's,
Departed so much because the ending and all that, like it was just real. It was authentic.
yep.
But for me, small stuff, man. Claire washing that shirt that had the blood on it in the first place. I get it. I've tried, you done stain some shit and try to like, let me just throw it
Yeah.
in just to see.
See.
I
Yeah,
get it,
but you know
but
that ain't
also,
coming out.
you know that ain't coming out.
Facts.
Jim being too easy to be made. He was the only cop carrying that big bag and walking in the opposite direction. It was just a little bit easy and a little bit convenient for how Ham got that information and got in the car and then found him with all them cops around. Like I said, small thing doesn't ruin the movie, but I got to point it out. And I used to, something that really used to bother me, but I
Okay.
get it as I get older and I'm cool with it. I used to hate when Jim took that sip of that pop drink right before.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
I start thinking about it from Jim's perspective. Like I know I'm about to die. Like I literally would never have the opportunity for another drink, no
I'm never
nothing,
getting
never in my
another one of
life.
these again. Yeah.
So this is my
That's true.
last little human moment. So the more I think about it from that perspective, I'm like, all right, then I let it slide. But at
That's true.
first it was
That
like, bro,
makes
this
sense.
seemed a little bit too
That
movie-ish. But I
it
get
was
it.
a little movie-ish. It was a little like, I didn't write this in here, but I get it though. It can be
Yeah.
explained away.
Any actors from The Wire that were not wouldn't let that happen to me. Were there any moments in the film where you just like wouldn't let that shit happen to me though?
That's a good one. Damn.
I didn't have anything for the
Mm,
record. There
I don't
wasn't anything I
have.
think I
Yeah,
could have avoided.
there's nothing that jumped out that said that to me. Yeah,
There's
not
nothing
not
that
in
you can
this.
avoid really. Like everything
Yeah,
that
all of
happens
this came with
happens.
the life. All of this came with the life. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing he could. You can't even say I wouldn't have done that last job. Like, nah, once
Nah,
you in
like,
that shit, you in it.
yeah, like we do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as trivia goes, I mentioned about the residents of Charlestown having some issues and how they at the end of the film, if you watch it, they do give a
Yeah.
shout out to them. Um, pretty much saying Charlestown's reputation as a breeding ground for armed robbers is authentic. However, this film all but ignores the great majority of the residents of Charlestown, past and present, who are the same good and true people found most anywhere. That's to who the film is dedicated. So shout out
Mm.
to Charlestown. This film is the reason why Zack Snyder thought Ben Affleck could play Batman.
I
Ben
can
had to
see
get
that.
in shape. Ben
Ben
had to get
Affleck
in
wasn't
shape for
bad.
this.
Yeah. He wasn't a bad
Yeah,
Batman either. People try to knock him for that. I don't think he was a bad Batman.
he wasn't a bad Batman. It's not Batman that's ever the issue. It's getting somebody to play Bruce Wayne. That's what people be dropping the ball.
That's true.
That's the thing people forget about how hard it is to play. Bruce Wayne
Yeah,
is the one that not
that's true.
everybody can do.
That's true.
But yeah, him living a double life in this film, him like, getting in shape, physically imposing. He was like, oh, he could be
Right.
Batman. And obviously, when Zack Snyder took
Nice.
over the DC universe, it got in there. And then Dez's death. We talked about Dez, who was the youngest member of the Not Fucking Around crew. When he stood up in Fenway Park and got shot in the head, that shot had to be approved by Major League Baseball.
Really?
They had the final say on what shot would be used because it was happening in one of their
In Fenway.
stadiums.
Licensed
Yep.
stadium.
The first shot had when they got shot, it had blood splattering onto the ambulance, and they said
Mhm.
absolutely not. So they ended up using what we see in the film. They had to take a couple things out to make it a little bit better. I
Mm.
know it's an R-rated movie, so you're probably thinking like, well, in the grand scheme of things, like, is that you having to shoot out in Fenway? What's the difference? Killing someone on screen at your ballpark, you have to
Yeah.
take that into account when it comes to the filmmakers. So I just thought that was cool that I've never seen a
Facts.
baseball team have a final say in the shot. And then lastly, just because I knew you would probably enjoy this, Spike, Fergie working at a florist shop.
Yeah.
Dean O'Banion, Chicago mobster. This was recreated in Boardwalk Empire, where somebody worked at a florist shop got gunned down.
Sure was. I
Yep.
remember I do. Yeah, you're right. Sure was.
Yep. So I threw that in there for you because I know you
Huh.
probably would remember it.
Yeah, I
Shit,
fuck
just a
with
nod
Boardwalk.
to Boardwalk Empire. But we reached the end of our episode where we get to our rating system. So we have 2 ratings, Spike. We'll do a number rating and then a culture guard rating.
Okay.
So the first one is too high, too low, just right. The average viewer rates the town 7.5 out of 10. Is that too high, too low, or just right?
7.2,
No,
7.5.
7.5. 7.5.
That's just right. That's just right.
Just right?
Yeah, I think that's just right.
I got it at 7.9.
Okay.
I think it's right there. I think it's right there below an 8. 8. Once we get to 8 on Culture Guard and you start getting the rarefied air, 8 and
Yeah.
above, I
Yeah,
think
8
it's right
is a
there.
lot. Yeah, so I think
I'm,
it's right on the cusp.
yeah, because if I give this an 8, then that makes me think like, damn, what am I giving Inside Man? What am I giving Heat?
Exactly.
So
Those things have to be
I
10
think
out of
about it
10.
in that. Yeah, those probably are gonna be 10 out of 10. But yeah, and then lastly, so yeah, I'm 7.9. And lastly, a rose, a bouquet, or the whole damn garden. I'll play on the Culture Garden's name. So a rose
Mm.
is the least you can get. You can give them a bouquet, which is in the middle, or you can give them the whole damn garden. What does the town get from you?
The town gets a bouquet. It's
It's a
always nice
bouquet.
to have a nice rose bouquet. Exactly. I give them a rose bouquet. What'd you give them?
I think. I think I'm gonna give them the whole damn garden. I
Okay.
think I'm
I can
thinking
see
the
that
whole
though.
damn garden.
I wouldn't be. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
I think there's just a stretch of this movie. Majority of the last 90 minutes of it is just so enjoyable. Like, it's a
Yes.
little bit
Fact.
slow starting out. Like, of course, you got the opening bank scene, but once you get past that opening bank scene, you kind of get more into like some of the family
It
stuff, and you
mellows
get
out.
into
Yeah.
this whole building romance that you don't. But there's a moment where you just when you get the Flores involved and they getting all these jobs done, and the nun scene, like it just flows, and you really pay attention to it when you watching it again. So I'm gonna give it the whole damn garden because it is one that I will watch again very soon. So yeah, man, Spike Lou, my
Yes,
brother,
sir.
I
Hey,
appreciate
man.
you joining us here at the Culture Garden.
I appreciated you having me, man. I appreciated you having me. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This won't be the last time. We'll definitely have you back
Absolutely not.
again.
I
There's some
look forward to
films
the
that I'm
next time.
there's some films that I'm already knowing. Tombstone.
Yes.
We're gonna do a good earners Culture Guard crossover when it comes to some of these gangster films. Since we're doing
Yes.
The Sopranos, so Bronx Tales, me and Spike's two of our favorite movies, or one of our favorite movies.
Easy.
Shout out to my dog Pierre, that's his favorite movie, or one of them as well. We might have to do something like that. So there's a ton of options. I'm gonna put Spike's information in the episode description so you can check him out everywhere he is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout out to Ray P. Shout out to We Got Y'all Television Podcast. Please make sure you're subscribed. Also, remember, next week we are on break, quarterly break. No episode next week, but we will be back at the beginning of July, 4th of July week, with a new episode, and we will take it from there. Once again, Spike, appreciate you, man. Pleasure having you, my brother.
Appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate having you. I appreciate you having me. Excuse me.
Of course, man. And everybody out there for tuning in, watching, listening. Can't do this without y'all. Y'all be cool. Y'all be cool. Peace out.